Hello, this is Mrs. Pickett, and we are going to take notes today. We are in lesson 1.4, so make sure you've either printed this sheet out or you can just write it right in your notebook. All right, so I'm going to put the heading. Make sure you always have that. That's how you stay organized, okay? So this is lesson 1.4, and we're going to talk about evaluating expressions. So first off, I have a little definition up here for you. And an algebraic expression, a math phrase made up of numbers and variables. So it's kind of like a math sentence. So in English class, you write sentences. We're going to do the same thing in math, but now it's going to have numbers and variables. Remember, a variable is a letter, usually like A, X, Y. Those are pretty common, okay? Substitution property. So remember, we've started learning about properties. This is a new one. A substitution property says if A equals B, then A may be replaced for B. So think about like substitute the word. So I'm your teacher, but if I get sick and I am not at school, then you have a substitute teacher who comes in for the day and replaces me. It's the same concept, okay? Now, when we get to evaluating expressions, here's the steps. What you're going to do is we're going to use this substitute property. So to evaluate an expression that has variables, we are going to substitute. So we're going to write this word in. If I can fit it in here. So we're going to substitute the variables for the given values. Each time you substitute a variable with a number, you want to make sure that you put it inside parentheses. This is a long word. I'm going to try to fit it on here. Oops, that's an H. Parentheses. I got to spell it right. Okay, around the number. So whatever it is, anytime you substitute, you're going to put parentheses around it, just like that. And so your number will go inside. And then when you go to solve, remember we just covered this, you follow the order of operations. And you guys did really good at that. So remember, order of operations is your PEMDAS, okay? If you want to put a little hint over here so that you remember, we are still using that. So this is it. We're just going to kind of combine the properties and order of operations, and we're going to solve, okay? So let me slide up, and we're going to do a couple examples together. So the first one, it says evaluate each expression using variable replacements. So notice right here, this is important. I am telling you A is going to be 2, B is going to be 4, and C is going to be 7. That's what you're going to replace. So now I'm going to rewrite this equation, but I'm going to substitute, okay? I'm going to replace it. So now instead of A, I'm going to put 2 in. Then for B, I'm going to put a 4 in, and that was B squared, plus C, and I'm putting 7 in. So look what I did. I put parentheses, and I wrote my number inside each parenthesis. Now we're going to do our order of operations. We have exponents, so we want to solve that first. So now I'm going to get 2 times, now my exponent, 4 squared is 4 times 4, that is 16, plus 7, okay? So now I have multiplication and addition, so we're going to multiply first right here. So 2 times 16, I'm going to put it over here, that's going to give me 32 plus 7, and so if we add that together, and I'm running out of space, hold on, I'm going to rewrite this, 32 plus 7 equals 39. And that would be my answer. Okay? Not too bad. If we look at number 2, so I have 3, and I'm going to replace the x. And notice right here, oops, I hit something on accident. Sorry. Notice right here it tells me that x equals -2. So I'm going to put the -2 in, and it's squared minus 4x. Now we're going to solve using order of operations. So now I'm going to get 3 times -2 squared, a negative times a negative, that's going to make a positive 4 minus, oops, and look what I did. I forgot to replace right here. Let me back up a step. 4 times -2. So I'm going to fix this here. So now we have minus, and then 4 times a -2. So the 4 times negative 2 is going to give me a negative 8. Now, you should remember what happens when we have minus and negative. Those become plus a positive, or it's just you're adding a positive number. And so now, 3 times 4 is 12. Sorry, there's an announcement going on. Plus 8. And that is going to give you 20 for your answer. Okay? Let's look at number 3. We're doing the same thing. We should start getting this. So we're just going to do a little repetition here. I'm going to substitute in. So for A, I'm going to get 3 squared. And then that's going to be times B, which is negative 4, minus a negative 4 squared. So we're going to solve exponents first. So 3 squared, that's going to give me 9. I'm going to rewrite everything that I'm not solving right now. Negative 4 squared is going to give me 16. So now I have 9 times negative 4. That's going to give me a negative 36. Minus 16. 2 negatives you add together, and that would give me a negative 52. All right. I'm going to leave number 4. That's going to be your flip grid question for tonight. So let's do 5 and 6 just to make sure. Or we'll do number 5. We'll see. And that, actually, we'll just stop right here because number 4, so number 4 you're going to do on the flip grid, and then 5 and 6 we're going to do together when you come into class tomorrow. Now, if you want to practice them all, that's fine, but I think I'm going to stop here. So number 4, this is your flip grid problem. So go in and answer that question for me tonight, and then we will do 5 and 6 in class together. Okay? Have a great night, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks.